NBC 29's Friday Night Fury starts right now.
Welcome to the Friday Night Fury, the high school football highlight show that moves at a furious pace. It's week 5 of the high school season, and there's an unfamiliar name on the schedule, UVA. The Cavaliers are hosting Wake Forest at Scott Stadium tonight. We'll get to that in a moment, but first, the undefeated Western Albemarle football team was playing on the road tonight as the Warriors traveled to face Jefferson District rival Goochland. Breaking the rock is kind of like handing out a game ball, but better because it involves a sledgehammer. The MVP of the game, or in this case summer workouts, gets to smash a ceremonial rock. It's a big honor and a lot of fun.
When the Virginia football team ends summer workouts, they end them with a bang.
Welcome to the Thursday Night Fury, the high school football highlight show that arrives a day too soon. I'm Mike Shiers with expected inclement weather in the forecast for tomorrow. Many teams in the Central Virginia and Shenandoah Valley region opted to move their games to tonight. There's a lot of them, so let's get started.
I do have one more important question I got to ask you. What is your spirit animal?
I honestly think I'm something like, maybe like a mountain lion.
Don't bother checking your calendar. It's not Friday and it's not the fall, but we definitely have high school football. The Omahoos are back. The Virginia baseball team is headed back to the College World Series. The last time UVA beat a team ranked in the top 10 was 2005. But the big question entering tonight's showdown was who would be the starting quarterback for the Hoos. The event was not held last year due to COVID-19, which means this is the first time fans were in the arena since March of 2020.
The Commonwealth Cup was on the line as the Virginia and Virginia Tech football teams were squaring off at Scott Stadium today. The Hokies need a win to clinch a spot in the postseason. UVA's already earned a bowl bid, but they had a chance to end Tech's season as well as earn back-to-back home wins against the rivals for the first time in 30 years. The Cavaliers are honoring all of their 4th, 5th, and 6th year players before the start of the game, but they weren't the only ones. The Virginia Tech football team was celebrating with the Commonwealth Cup on Saturday night as the Hokies defeated UVA 29-24 at Scott Stadium. Tech won the cup for the 17th time in the last 18 seasons thanks to a strong defense and a dominating rushing attack.
My whole life we've beat the crap out of Madison, and yeah, we're just going to keep that going this week. That's what we hope to do.
They are confident. The Dragons and Mountaineers are scheduled to kick off tomorrow at 7 o'clock at William Monroe High School. We will have all the highlights on the Friday Night Fury at 11. Live in the studio, Mike Shiers, NBC 29 Sports. The Virginia baseball team is taking on Mississippi State in the College World Series tonight in Omaha. This is the big game in the double elimination tournament, as the winner of tonight's game would be 1 win away from the championship series, while the loser would have to win 3 elimination games to get back to the finals. The Cavaliers are playing as the home team tonight. Bottom of the first inning with a runner at second. Kyle Teals at the plate. The freshman singles up the middle. Zach Geloff comes around to score, and UVA takes the lead. They add to it in the third. Chris Newell lines an RBI double to the gap. Zach Geloff sends an RBI double down the line. And Max Codier drives home a run with a single up the middle. It's now 4-zip Virginia. Going all the way to the 8th, Griff McGarry's throwing a no-hitter until Kellum Clark drills the ball to right that finds the bullpen for a 2-run home run. After the Hoos go to the bullpen, Tanner Clark is leaving the park with a 3-run shot. They will add another run to go up 6-4. Bottom of the 8th, Chris Newell at the plate for the Hoos. He drives the ball to left, and that's going to go over the wall for a solo home run, but Virginia cannot get the equalizer. They fall in this game by a final of 6-5.
I'm proud of this team. They have bounced back every time that they've been challenged, and so we've been in this position before. And so we have an opportunity to come back out here in this great stadium 2 days from now and represent Virginia baseball the right way, and I know that they'll be ready for that because I know the character that they have.
UVA will play Texas in an elimination game on Thursday at 7 o'clock. The Western Albemarle boys lacrosse team is looking to advance to the state championship game for the 3rd time in program history and the 1st time since 2016 as the Warriors are taking on EC Glass in the Class 4 state semifinals. Very early in the match, the game is tied at 2. Austin Payne will dish to Stuart Widener, and the senior fires a laser into the upper corner for the goal. Western is up 3-2. Later in the first, Payne has the ball at X. The senior drives to the front end, flips a backhand past the keeper. The match was tied at 5 at halftime, but EC Glass pulls away to win by a final of 10-7, ending the Warriors' season. The Western Albemarle girls have a chance to advance to the state finals for the second tournament in a row as the Warriors are hosting Rockbridge in the Class 4 semis. Western is up 10-6 in the second half. Reeve Goldstein gets the ball in the middle and the freshman bounces home the goal. The lead is up to 5. Later in the half, Libby Carbo circles the cage and scores near post. It's now 15-7. The Warriors finish the game on a 5-0 run. Mallory Green races down the middle and scores. Western Albemarle wins 17-7. They advance to the state finals for the second tournament in a row. The Warriors won their first and only state championship in 2010. The Western Albemarle girls soccer team will play at Independence High School in Northern Virginia in the Class 3 state championship game on Wednesday. In the boys Class 3 finals, Spotswood traveling to face George Mason, so some championships on the line tomorrow night.
And now we need the cardiac Cavs to be cardiac
They've
Cavs.
been in this position before. They've won them all. No reason to doubt they'll do it again.
Do what they do.
Thanks, Mike.
We'll be right back.
Ava Shetlick is a rising junior at St. Anne's Belfield. This summer, she was invited to the U.S. Rowing Under-19 Women's National Team Selection Camp, and she worked with the U.S. Rowing coaches at the Olympic Training Center in California. The 16-year-old followed that up by rowing in the winning boat at the U-19 National Championships in New Jersey, but the day-to-day training is in the quiet of the Ravenna Reservoir.
It's shortly after sunrise on a Saturday, and Ava Shetlick is putting her boat in the water.
I'm definitely a morning person. I don't mind being up this early, but yeah, rowers tend to get up really early.
A single scull is around 27 feet in length and weighs 30 pounds.
The single it's light, it's easy, you can carry it like a backpack.
It's all routine for Shetlick, as she started rowing when she was 11 years old.
My awesome older brother started rowing a little before me, and he fell in love with the sport, and so I decided to give it a try, and lucky enough, I also fell in love with the sport. It's a beautiful sport, and I absolutely love it.
Shetlick's older brother Robbie competes with the Virginia Rowing Association at UVA.
It's awesome having the family support, but also I don't only just see him as a brother, I see him as a coach, a mentor. He's honestly just been the best in this whole process. Oh! That was pretty smooth.
Training with the national team has given her a new perspective.
I got to compete against the fastest girls in the country, and it's just seat racing and seat racing and seat racing, basically racing all the other people there.
And college recruiting is next for the 6'2" rising junior.
Definitely want to be in the fastest boats that I can be in and find a great team that'll suit me. But I row because I love it, and it's a pleasure to be in a boat all the time. So yeah, I row because I love the sport rather than getting to college, and that's kind of the best part.
Ava Shetlick is currently training for the Head of the Charles Regatta, which will be held in Boston in late October. It's the largest two-day regatta in the world, with 11,000 athletes rowing in 61 events. The Chiefs and Buccaneers will square off in Super Bowl 55 on Sunday. The game is always the most watched television broadcast in the United States every year. And 12-year-old Keswick resident Caleb Burns spent the last week asking the biggest stars the toughest questions.
What is one bright thing and a good thing you found during that year? Have you ever had a crash leap moment in your career? Oh. Do you think that you have a spirit animal nickname? And if you did, what would it be? Outside the field, do you think that you could break another record? What would it be?
Man, that is a great question.
Caleb Byrne won the opportunity to be the Super Bowl kid reporter through a contest with Panini trading cards. And when he got the news, he thought he was getting extra schoolwork.
When I was downstairs, my mom called me up and said, hey, Caleb, Mr. Courier, my math teacher, he wants to assign you a virtual Zoom for the boat thing. I'm like, Mom, I don't want to do this right now. And then I go and I see Super Bowl winning quarterback Trent Dilfer, and he goes, hey, is that Caleb? And I'm like, wait, how do you know me?
You're the Panini Super Bowl kid reporter, my man. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh my gosh.
The sixth grader at Burley Middle School did not have an opportunity to go to the game this year due to COVID-19 protocols, but he made an impact on Media Day, talking to Brady, Gronk, Mahomes, and Kelsey.
I know my most famous question is definitely to Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. What is your spirit animal?
Spirit animal nickname. I would like to be like a wolf.
I think he's got a little frog in him, man.
I think the guy's got a little frog. He's already got the voice of a frog.
Travis, man, it's got to be something funny. I think he'd be like a giraffe.
Caleb was not afraid to ask the tough questions or answer them.
I do have one more important question I got to ask you. What is your spirit animal?
I honestly think I'm something like, maybe like a mountain lion, because I'm so agile. I'm so very excited and energized. That's probably mine.
Caleb says he hopes to have a career in sports one day, either as a player, coach, or reporter, and in that order. At the UVA Sports Complex, Mike Shiers, NBC 29 Sports.
Welcome to the Thursday Night Fury, the high school football highlight show that arrives a day too soon. I'm Mike Shiers with expected inclement weather in the forecast for tomorrow. Many teams in the Central Virginia and Shenandoah Valley region opted to move their games to tonight. There's a lot of them, so let's get started. In the Jefferson District, Charlottesville is hosting Fluvanna County. The Flugos were down 14-7 at halftime in the third quarter on 3rd and 10. Owen Leydig connects with Austin Moore, and the senior fights for the first down. The drive continues. Leydig is now under center and spots an opening going right through the defense on the touchdown run. They get the 2-point conversion to take a 15-14 lead. Charlottesville is looking to answer. Caldwell Boyles rolls out and hits Edison Duolo. That's a first down. Later in the drive, Boyles fires over the middle, and Jason Romero reaches up to make the catch. That's a touchdown. The 2-point conversion makes it 22-15. The Black Knights will go on to win 32-27 for their first Jefferson District victory since 2018. Also in the JD, Orange County is hosting Goochland. The Hornets get the ball to start the game. Paul Poirier can't find anyone open, so the senior takes off running, goes down the sideline, and he picks up a first down for Orange. Later in the drive, Poirier will call his own number on the design run, goes up the middle, and fights across the line for the touchdown. Poirier had 142 yards rushing the game. Orange leads 7-0. After a defensive stop, Poirier will hand the ball off to Brian Childs. The junior weaves through the defense and finds pay dirt. The Hornets jump out to the 14-0 lead. Goochland would take the lead with a 24-0 run, but Orange rallies. The Hornets come from behind to win 27-24. Riverheads is looking for its 45th win in a row as the Gladiators are hosting Stanton early in the first. The Storm are punting. Caden Cook Cash is back to receive for Riverheads, and he makes it look easy. Taking the kick back to the house for a touchdown. The Gladiators take the early 7-0 lead. Later in the quarter, Luke Bryant goes up the middle and fights his way over the line. It's now 14-0. Now in the third quarter, the Gladiators are at the doorstep again. Cook Cash powers his way in for another touchdown. It's now 28-0. The Gladiators keep pouring it on. Aiden Miller gets the handoff and runs over a defender on his way to the end zone. Riverheads goes on to win 56-7. Also in the Shenandoah District, Wilson Memorial's hosting Buffalo Gap. The Bison are leading 24-9 in the second half, and it's raining. The Green Hornets have the ball. Aiden Pogrowski throws through the raindrops, and Braden Tyree makes the catch for the touchdown. The lead is cut to 9. Gap is looking to respond. Bryce Hildebrand takes off running. He's going to stay in bounds and go all the way to the end zone. The touchdown makes it 32-15 Bison. Wilson would get into the red zone again, and they give the ball to Skylar Whiting. He will score. The Hornets trail by 10, but they can't keep pace with Buffalo Gap. Hildebrand picks up big yards on the run, and that will lead to a touchdown by Curtis Lowe. Buffalo Gap goes on to win 46-22. Stewart's Draft is looking for its 4th win in a row as the Cougars play at Fort Defiance. In the first quarter, Cougars on the move. Some tough running from Aaron Nice down near the goal line. On the next play, it's Nice crossing the goal line. Stewart's Draft goes in front 7-0. Fort trying to respond, and the play goes over the middle, a handoff, but watch this. It's a fumble. The ball bounces way up in the air. Knocked out is recovered by Draft. The Cougars immediately take advantage. On the first play of the drive, great fake by QB Landon Grabber. He finds Isaiah Bell for the touchdown. Draft goes up 14-0. The Cougars go on to win 48-13, improving to 6-1 on the season. The Waynesboro Little Giants are playing on the road at Turner-Ashby in the third quarter, tied at 7. Waynesboro's Ryan Barber gets the handoff, and he takes off 51.